Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate that. Quickly, and thank you for your willingness to come before the committee today and answer some questions. First, this is a question, I think, to both Dr. Richmond and to you, Dr. Berhe. I've been paying very close attention to the Arctic Energy Office. This is going to be playing an ever-increasing role in our nation's national security policy as the Arctic becomes certainly a focal point when we look to geopolitics, but also certainly in the climate space and initiatives as well. So, Dr. Richmond, Dr. Berhe, I would ask for a commitment from both of you today that if you're confirmed, you will collaborate closely with the Arctic Energy Office, promote Arctic-related science issues in your positions, and ensure that the AEO retains its independence and its cross-cutting nature. So I'd like to know that you're going to be supporting that moving forward.
Yes, Senator Murkowski, this is an incredibly important issue, not just for Alaskans, for the country, that we stay involved in many of the things having to do with microgrids and so forth that you have in Alaska can be really cross-cutting and also very forward-looking as we go forward, in addition to all the other EERE activities we have in Alaska. You have a spectacular state, but you also have a spectacular opportunity to really lead the country in many of these areas, so yes.
Thank you for acknowledging that we do have a role that goes far beyond the boundaries of the state of Alaska. It's very global, so we appreciate that. And my friend Senator King, who deferred to me, knows that well as the co-chair of the Arctic Conference. Dr. Berhe, your views, please.
Yes, Senator, you have my commitment. The Arctic is an important area for many reasons, including the beauty and the majestic environments, and you have my commitment that these are very, very important areas that I would look forward to talking to you and your staff and working with all the stakeholders on these important issus.
Good. I appreciate that. In addition to great beauty, we have really, really smart and innovative people, so tap into those.
Yes.
A question for you, Ms. Stackelberg. The Office of Assistant Secretary for Policy Management and Budget obviously plays a key role in the management of our nation's resources, including the collecting, the accounting, and the distribution of revenues from energy and mineral leases, whether it's on our federal lands or on our tribal lands. So many of our rural communities rely on these disbursements from the department for everything from schools to community services. Many of these revenues go to pay for many of the conservation programs that have very broad bipartisan support here. I know that you have not been at the department. You probably have some limited insight in the current administration's oil and gas lease pause, but you are here as the nominee for the chief financial officer for the department. And so in that prospective role, do you think that it is prudent to put a pause on one of the main drivers of revenue for the department while the administration is proposing a massive spending increase for the department?
Senator, thank you for your question, and it's good to see you again. I'm not confirmed yet, as you know. We've had conversations before about the incredible opportunity that the Assistant Secretary for Policy Management and Budget has in working with the career staff, incredible staff in Alaska. And if I'm confirmed, I look forward to doing that. I am nominated by the President and follow the policies of the President, Secretary Holland, and those are their policies and plan to follow those.
Well, it's just, again, I'm asking from the perspective of the financial management, the fiscal management here, and it just seems a bit incongruous that that you would be clearly limiting the ability of receiving these revenues that are so key to some of not only the administration's priorities, but I think priorities here in Congress. One last quick question for you. As you know, I am the senior Republican on the Interior Appropriations Subcommittee, very familiar with the Department of Interior's budget. The President's budget includes $17.6 billion for the department this year. It is a big job. It is an extraordinarily diverse department, if you will, in terms of budget areas. So very quickly, your experience with developing and implementing large budgets and your familiarity with the department's annual budget process.
I am familiar with the department's budget process. One of the reasons why I'm eager to be confirmed is not only to work with this committee on so many of the issues, but to begin to work on the FY23 budget and work with you on the issues that you have. I've spent 2.5 decades working on budgets, finances, doing cross-cutting work at complex, large organizations. I have the skills to bring people together. I think one of the interesting and unique roles that the Assistant Secretary for Policy Management and Budget plays at the Department of Interior is to bring sometimes competing, sometimes conflicting views together, whether it's on budget, whether it's on management, listening to members of Congress on both sides of the aisle, listening to perspectives from people from Alaska, and we'll hear from Maine. Those are the kinds of things that I have done. As I think Senator Collins might have said to you, I have a track record of working across the aisle, working with diverse people. And one of the jobs of the Assistant Secretary for Policy Management and Budget is to be one of those liaisons with respect to appropriations and budget. I believe I have the skills, the temperament, and I'm eager, if confirmed, to work with you and others on this committee to ensure that the Department of Interior's budget, the programs that it runs, conservation, climate, Western water, fireland management are all taken care of, and that the departments and bureaus and divisions have the appropriate resources they need to do their jobs.
Thank you for the response. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to Senator King.
Thank you.